Welcome back to Lofi Theorize, everybody. What if we're actually playing as Edwin in Help Wanted 2? I got to wondering why there'd be a Fall Fest poster from 1970 instead of 1979. Seeing as 1979 is when Secret of the Mimic takes place, supposedly. 1970 falls oddly close to when Edwin starts his company in the early 70s, and while I know the books could be inconsistent with timeline issues, it's at least worth noting that Edwin's life has a lot of important changes in the 70s. He loses his wife, he has to sell his enterprise to Fazbear Entertainment, he makes the Mimic, and some point later loses his kiddo too. It's a pretty tragic tale, but besides the Fall Fest poster, there's a lot more we can point at here. Obviously, Tiger Rock and Mimic being in Help Wanted 2 connect back to Edwin, or whatever the game's version of Edwin is. I don't know if the books are going to be directly canon or not, we still have to kind of wait and see on that. But we have more things to quickly point out besides those obvious things. First of all, just going off of the PAX West demo descriptions and the minimal pictures that the rest of us have, we can see the factory actually houses the merry-go-round from Help Wanted 2, and supposedly features an older version of a security breach staff bot or something similar that's like sorting mail. The 1970 Fall Fest poster was also hanging there at PAX, so I assume that that date is going to be relevant in the actual Secret of the Mimic game in some way. There's also a lot of sun and moon imagery from the Help Wanted 2 update, both on the gift shop and the carousel that we see in Help Wanted 2 also, and multiple other places in Help Wanted 2. There's like sun and moon imagery all over the place. And the other fact that the sun and moon animatronic was originally a stage animatronic, as the books mentioned, kind of ties into that whole Fall Fest theme, or at least like the carnival theme, the older events, essentially, that we're starting to get hints of with Carney and whatnot. For me, the most significant part of evidence we get connecting this all back to Edwin is these chattering teeth, the little novelty teeth, or whatever you want to call them. So let me read you a little snippet straight from the Mimic story in the books. I think it's in the next ebook. When the Mimic is actually being created by Edwin, they go into like detail of what Mimic originally looked like. This is before he had his legs or any of that stuff. He was just half of a endoskeleton, essentially. But let me read you the sentence from the book. Using a set of novelty chattering teeth he'd found in a box full of old bits and bobs on the third floor, Edwin had given his creation a big, white-toothed mouth. And where else have we ever heard about novelty chattering teeth before in FNAF? I don't think we ever have. I think this is our first experience with novelty teeth in a FNAF timeline. Maybe there was some in FNAF World. I know there were lots of characters with teeth. I'd have to look more closely at them, or maybe some obscure book has something about it that I don't remember. Otherwise, it's just a crazy coincidence. But yeah, I just thought I'd point that out because it was kind of fun to think about. That's all I got for that. And I will talk to you later.